Welcome to SuperDavedevYT channel. This is me talking about the Formula 1 Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix 2021, and it is the 19th of June. We just watched the qualifying. Qualifying went very well for Red Bull. Now, I am very surprised. If you don't know this, I basically predicted last race that the last race would be the final race. So Baku, I predict, will be the final race that Red Bull will ever be competitive compared to Mercedes, to be able to challenge Mercedes directly. It seems like I'm wrong, and guess what? Why am I wrong? Because first of all, I based all of my information on the fact that the new rules, that they are being stringent, very strict towards Red Bull with their flexi wings, and they completely banned those flexi wings that Red Bull had, which will give them better straight line speed. They banned those wings. So in my mind, when you ban one massive advantage to one team, it's obvious that that team has to do something to counteract the fact that they no longer have that advantage. And guess what? Red Bull exactly did that. Honda stepped in, gave them a new, more powerful power unit. So Red Bull basically got a Hail Mary savior of a freaking Honda, engine. And now they're able to have almost more straight line speed than Mercedes, because Mercedes car setup, I'm not sure if you know this, Formula 1 cars, they're all different. Even though they look the same on paper, they're made differently. And they're made differently in so many ways that the way that the car grips, the way that the wings are designed, they're all handled differently. So Red Bull's car does not handle the same as Mercedes' car. So for instance, you cannot put Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes and then ask him to do a lap, and then put him in a Red Bull and ask him to do that same exact time with the Red Bull car. It's impossible. There's two different cars, two different setups, two different, completely different feeling vehicles, if I can put it that way. So it seems that Honda has saved Red Bull. My question is, why isn't McLaren actually, getting the advantage? Because if you do remember this, McLaren was the first team to give Honda the opportunity of producing engines exclusively for them. And Honda destroyed and tarnished the reputation of McLaren with breaking engines, poor performance, poor reliability. And now, almost 6 years later, more than probably 6 years later, now finally Honda is delivering engines that can beat Mercedes. Can you imagine that? Ridiculous to even think that McLaren had to suffer, and now Red Bull is ultimately gaining the benefit, reaping the rewards of McLaren's struggle. However, with all that being said, so it seems, if you look at the standings, it seems that Verstappen still has speed. There's mixed information. Mixed information, why? Because they're saying that with the practice sessions, normally they would test for actual race simulation, where you can actually see their race pace. They said that during the free practice sessions, it has come to their attention that Mercedes is actually faster race pace than Red Bull. Now, after qualifying, now it's slowly but surely it's being contradicted, saying that Red Bull has a little bit of an edge with race pace. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know if Mercedes is playing mind games or what's going on, but it feels like someone is not showing their full potential. It's either Red Bull are not showing all their cars, or Mercedes are not showing all their cars. This is the way that Formula 1 is. There's always politics. There's always secrets happening. No one wants to show all their cars, because at the end of the day, it's a championship, it's a race, and people don't want to show that they have the upper hand, especially not showing them where they have the upper hand, because ultimately that's where they need to have, basically being able to take the advantage and to to build on that advantage and ultimately, make sure that the rest of teams don't catch up to them if they have the actual advantage. Because some teams think that they've got the advantage and they still don't have the advantage. That is what Red Bull and Ferrari might have thought many years ago. Each time that they thought that they had Mercedes, and then Mercedes would just say, no, you actually don't. We already have a couple more horsepower in our pocket. We have a party mode. You cannot catch us, even if you wanted to. So, long story short, quick recap: Max Verstappen in first is 0.2 milliseconds, so 0.2 milliseconds in front of Lewis Hamilton, and then Valtteri Bottas is basically 0.3 seconds behind Verstappen, and then Sergio Perez. It's very important for Sergio Perez to be at the front because he can ultimately help Verstappen by making these two Mercedes have to struggle to also beat him. And what I mean there, it has to be two cars versus two cars, not two Mercedes versus one Red Bull or Verstappen. And that's why I'm very happy to see that Sergio Perez is there. Unfortunately, he didn't get the third place. I thought he would at least get third place. Lewis Hamilton came in with the last minute basically save to reach second. He thought he was going to get first, he couldn't, because Max Verstappen did a 1.29.990 lap time, which is just under 1 minute 30 seconds. Very cool lap time. I'm saying laptop, I'm not sure why I said that. Okay, so Sergio Perez is in fourth, as we mentioned. Carlos Sainz, Ferrari, is in fifth, which is very strange because you would think that Charles Leclerc will be there. No, Ferrari is now basically being led with Carlos Sainz. He is making sure that Ferrari's name is as high as they could possibly get it, which is fifth place. Pierre Gasly, AlphaTauri, that's the sister team of Red Bull. They're in sixth place, which is very good because he's literally beating Charles Leclerc, which is in a Ferrari. He's challenging Ferraris at this point, if you think about it. So the sister team of Red Bull are basically beating out Ferraris, or will be competing with the Ferraris. That's pretty cool. We've got Charles Leclerc in 7th, as mentioned. 8th, we've got Lando Norris. McLaren not doing so well. This track does not suit their car. Fernando Alonso doing very well for the Alpine racing team in 9th position. Daniel Ricciardo, also McLaren in 10th. Esteban Ocon, Alpine in 11th. Sebastian Vettel nowhere near the top 10. He's in 12th position. Sebastian Vettel in his Aston Martin. Antonio Giovinazzi of Alfa Romeo in 13th. 14th, George Russell in the Williams, and Mick Schumacher had a crash. He's in 15th. And then you've got Nicholas Latifi in 16th, Kimi Räikkönen in 17th, and so on and so on. So ultimately, this race, this session of qualifying was very interesting because it proved that with the new upgrades to the Honda engine, basically Honda does not want to give Mercedes any opportunity to win this championship, and that's exactly what we are here to see. I am sick and tired of Mercedes. I'm sick and tired of Lewis Hamilton winning. I have all the respect in the world for Lewis Hamilton. I've actually personally met the guy. Not that he knew who I was. I just happened to be able to greet him, and that was just pretty cool. That time when I met him. But pretty cool, pretty down to earth. It's a much different time. That is when he was still very new to Formula One. So he was a very different person. Now he's a superstar, and I think that kind of changed him quite a lot. And that's unfortunate. That's just the way that the world works. As soon as you get money, things change you, and money can change you, and fame can change you. However, with all that being said, is that I do have respect for Lewis Hamilton. I do have respect for Mercedes. They are winning races because they are the winning team that make the right choices. They put in the effort, they put in the money, and that is why they are ultimately winning, because their team can strategize wins, and that is just facts. However, Max Verstappen, putting him in the same car, I feel he would have won. However, you can say that for a lot of drivers, including the likes of a Lando Norris. Lando Norris is pushing the ultimate limit in that McLaren. Do not think for 1 second if Lando Norris was in a Mercedes that he would still be, you know, in 6th place. There's no way. 8th place. Lando Norris would be competing with the best of them. He is just that good, and that is why next year will be a very interesting time. I do want to speak about next year, however, I'm not going to speak about next year now. I think that's a conversation for next time. Just to find out where I think things are going to stand next year, because it's going to be a very interesting time for Formula 1, where cars won't play as much of a big influence on who is the best driver. Because now we all know that if you have the best car, you are bound to win championships. Best car, best drivers, you are bound to win a championship. And now we can see that Red Bull is bringing the fight to Mercedes. They're making sure that Mercedes understand that they're there to compete. However, I'm pretty sure that with everything that Mercedes is capable of, that Mercedes will ultimately make it more difficult for Red Bull than Red Bull is necessarily, let's just say, Red Bull might not see how far Mercedes is willing to push this, and I believe Red Bull wants to win this year. So we are going to see battle of Red Bull versus Mercedes. Ultimately, we will see two titans, because don't think for 1 second Red Bull is not a championship winning team. They have won 4 world championships under Sebastian Vettel. Yes, 4 world championships, and they have done so well in the past, and they have come back to take the fight, to try and reclaim what was once theirs. So ultimately, I'm looking forward to the race. I'm hoping to see that Red Bull continues in this journey, because trust me, when it comes to the development of Formula 1, Mercedes will not stop. And I believe Red Bull will do the same. They will improve and they will upgrade, just as Mercedes will do to their car and to their team and to their strategies. And I've actually been very surprised at how quickly Red Bull has understood that. Now they have to not just worry about their car being fast enough, they also have to worry about strategies, and that is going to be awesome to see what Red Bull can do. So ultimately, this video, I'm just admitting defeat. I am apologizing for thinking that Red Bull has now ultimately lost the championship. It seems that Honda's engine is the saving grace, and that Red Bull will fight another day. They will be able to fight for championships, and the flexing wing stunt that Red Bull pulled wasn't their downfall. It wasn't completely the only ace in the hole that they have or had. And yes, I can definitely see that the competition between Red Bull and Mercedes is heating up. Christian Horner has his top driver, which is Verstappen, and he's motivating and pushing his team to give Verstappen the tools he needs to beat Lewis Hamilton. And then also Toto Wolff is making sure that he has all the understanding he requires to beat Red Bull. He even went to one of these Sky Sport presenters, commentators, where they were showing side by side footage of Lewis Hamilton versus Verstappen on today's qualifying, and he actually went to observe that face to face, in person, trying to understand where he could actually assist Lewis Hamilton in beating Verstappen. And this is going to be a very interesting championship, because Toto Wolff is no one that you should never underestimate him, and Christian Horner is definitely not someone that you should ever take lightly. So this is more a battle for the bosses. Christian Horner's Red Bull Verstappen team versus Toto Wolff's Mercedes Lewis Hamilton team. This is going to be awesome, man. So I am very happy that we actually got good news. I thought this Formula 1 championship was going to get boring very quickly. As soon as I heard that the deflection wings was on Red Bull's car and that is banned this race, I did expect the worst. I came into this session, this French Grand Prix, believing that the worst will happen and that Red Bull will no longer be competitive enough. But I think there is still a chance. Now tomorrow we will definitely see if the Red Bull beats the Mercedes fair and square, then Red Bull can win the championship. There is no question in my mind that Red Bull can win the championship if they beat Mercedes fair and square tomorrow. So now it is all just down to see who will win tomorrow's race, and that's it for me. And this is the one thing I'm very happy with. Last race, the previous race in Baku, I actually made a video saying that, you know, this is the end. This is the end of Red Bull's competition and competitiveness when it comes to competing with Mercedes. And I was wrong, and I am happy for that. So thank you so much for joining this episode. Thank you much for watching. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao for now.